as close to him, having like this double nationality. Also myself, speaking a bit of Italian, and even though it's really not like French American, just like French Brazilian. And I'm not like deeply rooted in Brazil. Like I have my family there, but we don't talk for our reasons. So I'm not like, so much in like, but I still feel like I don't know, and maybe for other reasons I feel connected to him, and for obviously his Elio character. But that, kind of this connection like grew up in me, and I've always loved seeing him in his movies, but I haven't seen that much when I think about it. Not all of his other movies. Now, let's talk about Marty Supreme, and also the fact that he is with Gwyneth Paltrow, which is also one of my favorite actresses of all times. So I'm gonna take this angle of my first thought when I got home after watching the movie. My first thought was like, is his character good? It's not like it's good or bad, but we've been taught, sorry, that characters are either good or bad. And you know what that also makes me think about is that the Apple company only gives MacBooks, only allows that good people have MacBooks in a TV series or in a movie. But where's the line? You know what I mean? How can you say that a character is either good or bad? That like there's nothing in between. That's a great question, right? In the words of Lana Del Rey, that's a great question. I've been wondering that myself. So I love this ramble videos because I really don't prepare anything. It's just like, and I see that I'm not an expert on it, but it's kind of good, right? So yeah, that's a great question. Like, I'm wondering how they've been doing it. I mean, in some cases, so maybe they can be like, we don't know about this one, so I'm sorry, but we cannot give you an Apple device. But yeah, that's a known fact. I already knew that. So here, my first thought was like, wait, he's extreme. But obviously, the movie is there to picture him and for us to like get attached to the character. And when I said to my best friend, so I watched it yesterday, I loved it. The first thing she said was like, apparently he used to be hated in the movie. And I'm like, yeah, you're talking about like Timothy, like the way he acts, and it's like, no, just the character. And I was like, that was my thought. It was my thought. I was like, wait, do I hate him? No, I don't. That's for sure. I don't. But she was like, yeah, but it's Timothy. And I was like, yeah, of course. I know that. I have conscious of that. I have that in mind. Don't worry. But I was like, the movie is here for us to like him. In a way, to like his character. But also, I think it resonates inside of me because I'm like, I want myself to be like, not maybe more like him, but not at his extent. Like, he would be ready to sell his mother, not kill her, but sell her. This is an expression in French, like ready to sell her mother. I'm not sure if it is too far, you know, that's so many questions. So yeah, that was like really like me reflecting on the theme that I saw and that resonated in me, like how far I can go and I would go for my dreams and for what I think is my purpose. I say I, but I hope that that's also something that you saw in the movie if you ever saw it already. And I cannot recommend this movie too much. Sorry, what's the expression? I really want you guys to go see it. Like, for real, like it's a good movie because I wasn't expecting that much action. I was like, ping pong player, okay, like and wow. Obviously, I've been searching if whatever is in the movie was real. Nothing was. So, like, the whole story that they thought about is like, yeah, like, of course, like, if it would have been real, I'd be like, wow, all of that. And that's also maybe, probably, why I love the movie so much, because I was in doubt. I didn't know if it was real or not. So I was like, I love it. I love this effing story, because if it's real, it's really amazing. And I was like, you know, really like thinking about this Marty who lived, who existed. I was like, really like, wow, he really lived all these things. Like, he never stopped believing in himself, you know. That's the thing, like, you can say that at least he believed in himself, like, so hard. He pushed it so hard that he succeeded at doing this, or at going somewhere. At least we can say that. That makes me think about Lady Gaga saying, wait. She said something like, I don't believe in murder, obviously, but I do believe in empowerment of women. I'm like, yeah, but also that felt like very political to say this. Not to be harsh on this, but yeah, like, of course she was saying this about like House of Gucci, like how she murdered how like Patrizia Gucci murdered her husband. Anyway. So yeah, there are like different ways to see, like there are always like different sides of every story. Even though this one is like fake per se. There's like probably like his persona was like that. I mean, he was like that, but this Marty guy. But yeah, I loved how and every character was like good and important and really like, yes, I was like, yes, I'm believing in this story and I'm living the story, and I'm like I was surprised for some. I felt it, you know. When there was danger, I was feeling the danger. When there was panic, I was feeling panicked too. Like everything, I was really like, what's going to happen next? I didn't expect that much action for a 2-hour and 30 movie. It's great, and at the end I cried. I'm not gonna say like, but they're like the 2 last scenes. I cried at both of them. also I didn't get it the first time, but I was like, okay, yeah, we really cannot give to each other what the other needs, you know, and so that's okay. There's no one to blame. It's just how it is, and that's it. He would have another version of the story, and he would give maybe a lot of other informations if he would ever be asked to, but he won't. I just don't want to, like, this is private obviously, so I'm not gonna like give specifics, but that's just it. I'm good, to be honest. It feels like, you know, it feels like also like a path, like a hard path that we had to go through to, at least for me, that's what I can say, like, to then get onto something else, like, completely get closure and turn the page, and now it's really how I feel, and I don't feel this sadness anymore. I romanticized the first breakup so much, in like this sense of we still love each other, we were like made for each other. I don't understand, and now it's completely over. Now it's like reality checked, and I'm like, okay, yeah. It was never about love. I think I will still love him forever. It's fine, and let's just move on now. And it's not like, you know, I'm not like, okay, now let me find the perfect partner, because I know what I want to know, and I know how he's supposed to be. In the end, we have to be flexible, you know. We still think like we cannot, like, otherwise I'd be like asking for an IA boyfriend, and AI, sorry, boyfriend, and that would be a robot, and he would be like exactly 100% how I want him. Boring, guys. That's so boring. So no, right now I'm gonna focus on myself and building my career. It's the time. It's the right time. It's year one. I'm gonna focus on myself. That's the only thing I want to do. And also, like, good thing, guys, I changed therapist once again. Also, if you know me, so actually it's interesting, because when I broke up, like the week before, I changed my therapist the first time, so in September, because I wasn't happy with the one that I had for the last 6 months, and now same 6 months with another guy, and I felt like a bit disrespected. It wasn't so safe. I feel so heard. I feel like she's making me grow. She's making me think and reflect. She's giving me tools. She's giving me ways to think. That's her job, to be honest. But wow, how hard it was to find her. I mean, like, and yeah, and of course we can like parallel this with, like you coming in, like moving to a new city and not finding friends. Sometimes you never find friends, and I've heard that on TikTok, like Parisian people like moving into the town and being like out there and not finding friends and like doing TikToks about it. Like, I don't have any friends. Like, let's meet. Let's do something. Like, I'm like, yeah. And this is also like a TikTok that I want to do sometime. I discovered like I arrived. It's gonna be 10 years now that I live in Paris. It feels like wow. And yeah, I know this city by heart. I can close my eyes and just go around the city. I love this city so much. You have no idea. But I was so lucky, and one of the reasons that I love it is because of my friends. They are my safe place. They are my safe space. They are everything that is safe. They're my family, even though sometimes it's like we don't see each other much, or we just lose a bit of sight to each other. Like, but it's fine. We are still family, and they are the ones that I can really call late at night, and they're the ones that I know that will always be there, even though I cannot like call them obviously at 1 a.m. if I just broke up with my boyfriend, for example, or something like bad happened. But when we will meet, they're really going to show up, and I've been so lucky that I found them like instantly the first year, the first 6 months that I arrived in Paris, and now we are such a strong group. We stick together. We are this group of 10, and they are really like essential part of my life. And I'm even writing a book about them, about that dynamic that I love. But yeah, that will be for another time. But yeah, like so this parallel about like finding the right therapist feels the same like finding the right people for you, like to be around you, because they're here as a support, like for you, for your nervous system, so for you that you regulate yourself, for you to live, because then you live, then you can go into your things that you are meant to be for, So yeah, so that's a value, like, in a way, like, treat people good. I don't know why it's going this way, but yeah, in the sense that something that I've been saying to myself is that, and sometimes it can be thought as innocent to say this, but I imagine that people will treat me how I treat them. Sometimes I've been like how can I say it? I feel like, well, witnessing the fact that it's really not that way, and people can hit me pretty hard. Yeah. But then what? Then there's still like one specific scene that I'm thinking about, and I don't know how to handle it. I will have to handle it, and I will have to talk. But I still don't know how I'm going to turn it around, and how I can transform it. this little